Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I'll start by giving a quote from the Bible in the book of Proverbs 23, verse 7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay, um, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the lessons I learned from the book As a Man Thinketh. The first lesson is by mastering our thoughts, we can change our lives. Just as a plant sprouts from a tiny seed, each action we perform is an outgrowth of our thoughts. From these actions, patterns emerge. In turn, these patterns come to constitute our character. Our character or personality begins with our thoughts. If our thoughts shape our character, it's logical to think that changing our thoughts will as well change our character. Anyone who attempts to master his thoughts can do much more that eliminates negative character. By working on our character the right way, we can even attain divine perfection, which are joy, strength, peace, wisdom. On the other hand, unmanaged thoughts can make you your biggest obstacle. Okay, now the second lesson, the world we live in do not just shape us, we shape it too. I would love to share one of my favorite ideology in the book, and I quote, the human mind may be linked to a garden which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild, but whether cultivated or neglected, it must bring forth fruit. Have you ever failed miserably at something and then you blame it on the weather, phone call, or maybe some kind of nasty childhood experience? Well, I would say blaming failures on external factors is something we all are guilty of. It might make us feel better, but it only set us back. Our circumstances that impact our life are closely linked to our character, but they are not linked in the way you might first assume. It is too easy to think that our experience and our living conditions shape who we are, but the truth is, we shape our world just as much as it shapes us. Rather than being a mere product of circumstance, our character has considerable influence over what kind of situation we end up in. Example, someone in jail is not because of the world or maybe fate that brought him or her into that position. Rather, it's the thoughts or attitude he had about the outside world that led him in there. Okay, now the third lesson I learned from the book is work towards better health and other goals by cultivating positive thoughts. Some people eat gracefully while some do not. Bad habits, lack of access to healthcare, and unfortunate gene all play a role. But one of the factors we often forget is, you know, having a bad attitude. It shouldn't be a surprise that our thoughts impact our bodies too. You tend to see somebody you might see someone who is, young in age, but looking very much older in the outward look. Attitude play a key role in that. Whether you intend to reach a new height in your workplace, your relationship, your spiritual life, it won't be possible unless you focus on your thoughts on that goal. This simply means letting go of all thoughts that distract us from our goals. If you notice that a certain thought is standing in your way of purpose, can it's better to let it go. Of course, it's much easy to say than doing, but the mind is like a muscle. With constant practice, you can train it to think more effectively, positively, and purposefully. We are solely responsible for our ability to succeed. So dream big. It's when we understand that our ability to free ourselves lies in our hand. No matter the circumstance we face, we should stay true to our value and ideals. Our highest aspiration, our dream, are what give us the motivation to turn our goals into achievements. This is why it is so important to keep dreamers around you and to keep your dreams alive. Okay, now the next is the book Poverty to Power, which is part of the As a Man Thinketh book. Um, the book Poverty to Power is on the great book by James Arnett that dives deeper into the idea that personal transformation is the key to overcoming adversity and achieving success. The book is basically divided into two parts. The first, which is the path to prosperity and the way of peace. The path to prosperity part of the book revolves and teaches us how prosperity isn't just about material wealth, but about well-being, peace, and personal growth. Allen went further to emphasize the importance of self-discipline, patience, and the right mental attitude. The way of peace part of the book um, focuses on the inner journey towards serenity and spiritual strength. Allen discussed how the cultivation of inner calm and wisdom leads to true power and fulfillment, which surpasses external success, which is the material things we all know as or the society see as success. The book highlights how mastery over one's thoughts lead to personal empowerment and a transformation from adversity to peace and success. In the book, Allen suggests that by aligning your thoughts with your highest ideals, you can transcend difficulties and rise to a state of personal greatness. Okay, I would love to share my favorite quote from the book. The first is every soul attracts its own, and nothing can come to it that does not belong to it. The second, because of all power, as of all weakness, is within the secret of all happiness, as of all mystery, is likewise within. Alter your outlook upon life, and your outward life will alter. Where there is fear, worry, anxiety, doubt, trouble, or disappointment, there is ignorance and lack of faith. You cannot be fit to command and control unless you have succeeded in controlling and commanding yourself. What you are, so is your world. Think lovely, speak lovely, act lovely, and every need shall be supplied. And the last quote is every action and feelings is preceded by thought.